what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tunithm reaction. It still feels weird saying that, Tunithm. It feels weird on the tongue. Anyway, this is Linear Ring, and I think the song is Toma's Toy Box. I'm not sure if the translation there is correct. All I have to figure that out is just machine translation right now, so I'm not positive that that's right, but I hope it's at least within the ballpark. And of course, St. Vina gave this to me, so you know it's a rhythm game song, given it's Tunithm, and it's always going to be something rhythm game from St. Vina. So here we are, and I'm going to listen to this and see what it's all about. So without further ado, let's go! What? Okay. Maybe the toy box thing was correct. God, the aggressive sound design. Very aggressive. Jesus Christ. Lots of panning. They're throwing that shit everywhere in the ears. Little overload there. It's also kind of weird that we laughed at the same time there. Why does this creature have fingers on it and little baby hands? There's a lot of questions. Very good sound design. I knew that wasn't, like, in my room. I just happened to look this way, for the record. It was entirely coincidence. My room sounds nothing like that. Really well placed, though. Like, that's gotta have gotten a few people. I feel like I recognize that little motif there, but I'm not entirely sure. I did recognize another one. Really, really well done on the sound design here. I do have to say that I don't necessarily love the aggressive difference of audio peaks between them, because that is very grating personally to me. I feel like it would be a lot less aggressive if I didn't have headphones on, but when you have headphones on, you're trying to listen, and you have everything just kind of in this neutral space audio-wise, and then things just completely break that down. It's more aggravating to me than anything else, because I just have that response to it. It makes me want to punch you, because I'm like, get out of my face. I have the same reaction when, like, somebody scares me. I'm very much like a kind of person, so it's like I don't mean to, but when that happens in music, like things go really quiet to really loud, I'm like, fuck off. Like, I don't necessarily think that that's a full reflection on the producer here. I assume that's exactly what they're trying to do, is pull that out of you, especially with the approach of everything else in the song. But just me as a person and as an individual opinion, I fucking hate that. The sound design itself was very good. That door, again, very good. That's gonna throw some people off. I promise you, like, hand to the sky, I was just coincidentally looking over here when that happened. But I'm not gonna deny the fact that maybe subconsciously, because I was already heading in this direction, maybe I did look over at my door. It's very possible. Like, it was very well done, even though my room does not sound like that and nobody would be coming to my door, and I don't have a fear that that would happen. It's still great that they played with that a little bit. They put a lot of effort getting that into the perfect spot in the headphones that would be, like, generally behind you, like right in this area of the ear. So it really fucks with you. The same thing on this side. So if you're not, like, prepared to hear that sort of thing, which I always am when I'm listening to songs on here, that would definitely fuck some people up. So great job there. Again, all the other sound design stuff, even though the peaks were annoying, was very well placed and very well done. Like I said, having a lot of the panning in there, just messing around with the people, basically making this entire thing very disorienting to listen to, is probably the goal here. I'm not entirely sure what they're going for as far as the mood goes, what the story would be here. There was some childlike stuff to it, especially that one motif I thought I referenced, as well as the other one I mentioned I noticed, which was Heart and Soul. I'm pretty sure that was at least a portion of it. So that's kind of neat too, having those little references in there that are very just lighthearted things, childlike and bouncy and just, you know, full of whimsy and wonder. And then it's surrounded by this, what sounds like a monster trying to claw itself out of the earth. It's very disturbing. And then the imagery also, like, if that's what's making this all happen, you know, like, what is that? That looks like something crawled straight out of Made in Abyss. Like, it does not look of this world, so it definitely screws with you a little bit. So again, great psychological game here, but as far as the music itself goes, it's just kind of more sound design and rhythm than anything. They definitely had those motifs in there, but I think all of that was supposed to be sound design as well, instead of specifically a melodic approach to a song. I think they're just kind of throwing things against the wall, making things sound as uncomfortable and just weird as you can, just make people's skin crawl a little bit maybe. And for a rhythm game, that would totally work, not just in the psychological way, but like the when are things going to be happening, there's a bunch of stuff going on, it comes in and out in waves, like very aggressively. You have something really simple and then really complex out of nowhere. I could totally see the complexity being mapped out in a rhythm game for that, so that totally makes sense. But otherwise, I don't know if I have much else to say, because it was sound design. They did a great job with it, but musically, I don't think there's any specific details that I can really dig into, because it seems to be mostly sampled stuff from other works. And while they did everything else really well, I don't know if there's any specific thing that's like poking out as like an I need to talk about this as far as music theory goes. So I think I'll just call it here. It's probably going to be a fairly short video because of that, but I don't want to just start talking about stuff that doesn't make any sense and walking in circles trying to find a deeper meaning when I don't really know if there is one. Maybe there is with the story in here, but I don't know what the story would be, what the in-game world is like. Is it just like sample packs and download packs? Or is it like Archaea where like everything has a specific mood that they're trying to match for the main story, and then you could download packs for something else? I don't know how all that works, so I'm not going to try to speculate there, but I do think this was well done, but maybe just like in a few ways not my personal cup of tea, and that's purely my personal thing. I think they did those well, they just bug me as like a carnal level I just can't deal with it. So I'll call it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you, of course, St. Vina, for putting this into the queue. If anyone else has something they want me to get to from Tunithm or anything else, you can of course drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to have it guaranteed, much like St. Vina did, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships, where I have a tier that will guarantee me listening to whatever you want, from whatever you want. Good, bad, does not matter. That's why it's a guarantee. But otherwise, if you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!